Listen to me very carefully. That little piece of plastic in your wallet is the most dangerous, yet potentially the most powerful financial weapon you own. Every single year, banks make billions of dollars not because they're geniuses, but because you don't fully understand the rules of the game. They don't care about your financial freedom, they care about their quarterly profits. Let me be brutally honest with you. The bank's favorite customer isn't the wealthy person who pays off their bill in full every month. No, their favorite customer is the one who makes the minimum payment. Why? Because the entire system is engineered to keep that person in chains. But today, we are going to hack that system. I'm Tim, and you are on the fast track to mastering your money. Today, I am going to expose the secrets hidden in the fine print of credit card agreements, the stuff printed in fonts so small they hope you never read them. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to stop your credit card from being a trap that keeps you broke and turn it into a tool that actually builds your wealth. If you are ready to stop donating your hard-earned money to multi-billion-dollar corporations, let's get to work. We have to start with the biggest misconception that ruins credit scores across America. I call this the statement date illusion. Most people believe that if they pay their credit card bill on the due date, everything is perfect. They think they're doing everything right. You are wrong. You are living in a massive illusion. Banks do not report your activity to the credit bureaus on your due date. They report it on your statement closing date. This is a critical difference. Let's say your credit limit is $10,000. You spend $9,000 during the month. You have the cash and you plan to pay it off on the due date. Great, right? Wrong. If your statement closes while that $9,000 balance is sitting there, the bank takes a snapshot and sends it to the bureaus, saying, "Hey, Tim is using 90% of his available credit. He is high risk." Even if you pay it off completely 2 weeks later on the due date, the damage is already done. Your credit score takes a hit because your utilization ratio was reported as sky high. So, what is the fix? It's simple, but nobody tells you this. You need to pay your bill 3 days before your statement closes, not on the due date. This way, when the statement cuts, your balance shows as zero or very low. The bank reports a zero balance, the bureaus see you as a responsible, low-risk user, and your credit score climbs vertically. It's a simple timing tweak, but it changes everything. Now, let's talk about the second trap, and this one is purely mathematical predation. It's the minimum payment lie. When you open your bill or check your app, you see a big, friendly number that says minimum payment due. It's usually a small, manageable amount, maybe $35 or $40. It makes you feel safe. It whispers to you, "Don't worry, just pay this little amount and keep the rest of your cash for the weekend." This is financial suicide. Banks calculate this number specifically to maximize the amount of time you stay in debt. Let me give you the terrifying math on this. If you have a $5,000 balance on a typical card with an 18% interest rate and you only make the minimum payments, do you know how long it will take you to clear that balance? It won't take 2 years. It won't take 5 years. It will take you over 22 years to pay off that $5,000. And in the process, you will pay nearly $7,000 just in interest. You end up paying for that dinner or that TV 3 times over. The minimum payment isn't a helpful option. It is a subscription to poverty. If you are serious about winning with money, pretend that number doesn't exist. Before we move on to the third secret, which involves a trick banks use to charge you interest even after you think you've paid off your debt, I want you to do one thing for me. If you are finding value in this and you want to arm yourself with more financial knowledge that puts money back in your pocket, hit that subscribe button and smash the like. It tells the algorithm that you are smarter than the average consumer, and it helps me keep bringing you this truth. All right, secret number 3, residual interest, or as I like to call it, ghost interest. This is how they get you when you think you're finally free. Let's say you've been carrying a balance for a few months and you finally decide to pay it off in full. You check the app, it says your current balance is $1,000.
You pay exactly $1,000. You think you're done, right? Next month, you get a bill for $15 of interest. You're confused. You scream at your phone, "I paid this off." Here's what happened. Interest on credit cards accrues daily. Between the time the bill was sent to you and the day your payment actually arrived, interest was still building up in the background. That current balance on your screen is often a few days old in terms of interest calculation. To truly kill the beast, you need to call the bank or check online for the payoff amount, not the current balance. There's a difference. The payoff amount includes that trailing interest up to the exact day of payment. Unless you pay that specific number, that little leftover interest will sit there, start compounding, and spawn a new cycle of debt without you even realizing it.
Now that we have stopped the bleeding, it is time to go on the offensive. We are going to talk about how to extract money and value from the banks using their own rules. This brings us to secret number 4, the retention offer algorithm. If you have a credit card with an annual fee, whether it's $95 or $500, you are likely paying it unnecessarily. Most people see the annual fee hit their statement, sigh, and pay it. This is exactly what the bank hopes you will do. But here's the secret. It costs the bank a lot of money to acquire a new customer, hundreds of dollars in marketing. Keeping you is much cheaper than finding someone to replace you. Here's the script you need to use. Call the number on the back of your card. Do not talk to the first representative about the fee. Simply say, "I'm thinking about canceling this card." This is the magic phrase. They will transfer you to a special department often called retention. These people have powers that regular support agents do not. Their sole job is to keep you from leaving. When you get there, be polite but firm. Say, "I love the card, but I can't justify the annual fee this year." In many cases, to keep you, they will either waive the fee entirely or offer you a massive amount of points that is worth more than the fee itself. I do this every single year. It's a 5-minute phone call that saves me hundreds of dollars. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Next, we need to talk about a feature that can literally build generational wealth, or at least set your children up for life with zero effort. It's called piggybacking, or adding an authorized user. Banks look at the age of your credit history as a major factor in your score. The longer, the better. If you have a card that you have managed perfectly for 10 years, no missed payments, low utilization, you can add your child, your spouse, or a sibling as an authorized user. Here's the crazy part. You don't even have to give them the physical card. You can shred it when it arrives in the mail. But the moment they are added, the entire positive history of that card gets copied and pasted onto their credit report. I've seen 18-year-olds start their financial lives with a 750 credit score simply because their parents added them to a card they opened in 2010. You are essentially cloning your good reputation and lending it to them. Just be careful. If you mess up with that card, their score crashes too. It's a double-edged sword, so use it responsibly. Let's move to the most sophisticated strategy, one that separates the rookies from the pros. 0% APR arbitrage. You'll often see offers for cards with 0% APR on purchases or balance transfers for 12 to 18 months. The average person uses this to buy a big TV they can't afford and worries about paying it later. That's a trap. The wealthy use this as leverage. Here's how the pro strategy works. Let's say you have $5,000 in cash intended for a major purchase, maybe new appliances or a renovation. Instead of paying cash, you put that expense on a 0% APR card. You take that $5,000 of cash and you put it into a high-yield savings account or a safe liquid investment earning 5% interest. Then you make the minimum payments on the card for the next 17 months while your cash sits in the bank earning interest for you. A month before the 0% period ends, you take the cash out and pay off the card in full. You have effectively used the bank's money for free for a year and a half, and you kept the interest for yourself. You just made the bank lend you money at zero cost so you could make a profit. That's how you win. However, a massive warning label goes on this strategy. You must read the terms for something called deferred interest. This is a nasty little clause found mostly on store credit cards. It says that if you have $1 left on your balance when the 0% period ends, the bank will retroactively charge you all the interest back to day one. It's a ticking bomb. If you're going to play this game, you must be disciplined. You must pay it off before the clock hits zero. We have covered a lot today. The statement date hack, the minimum payment trap, ghost interest, retention offers, and arbitrage. These aren't just tips, they are the rules of engagement in a war for your financial future. The credit card companies have algorithms, behavioral psychologists, and billions of dollars designed to separate you from your money. But now you have the knowledge. A credit card is like power tools. In the hands of a master, it builds a house. In the hands of a fool, it cuts off a finger. Be the master. If this video helped you see the game differently, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next truth bomb, and hit that like button to help this message spread to others who need to wake up. Take control of your wallet and do not let the system play you. I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.